My wisdom tooth is killing me right now, but we gotta do this. Hello, hi, and namaste. Welcome back to another Sunday. And if I'm speaking weirdly today, it's because my wisdom tooth, teeth, whatever it is, it's killing me. See, I get it, okay? Some of you guys think that my age is somewhere between 9 years to 13 years, 9 years to be precise. But no, apparently I am 21 and I have been included in the Gen Z category, which I don't really like. Because I so badly wanted to be the 90s kid, I have lived a childhood similar to them. You know, I feel I was born in a year where technology was still beginning to transition the world. Because in those days, childhood was adventurous. As compared to now, it's Temple Run and Subway Surfers. Nowadays, you see a kid, the first question they will ask you is, do you have games on your phone? When I was 11 years old, I still thought that kissing would get you a baby. And the 11-year-olds that I see today have already had 2 breakups, owns an iPad mini and are bored of life already. I am more terrified of the kids nowadays than the adults because they know everything. The other day I saw Instagram profile of a 7-year-old girl and she had put a quote about how life is so hard. I am not making this up. Life is hard for you? To pencil sharpen korpa sharpener mena? I think when I was 7, I wasn't even able to pronounce sharpener. I do that now. That time I used to say sharpunder because my school was an English medium school, but we used to speak in Konkani, so Shapundar. And these kids out here correcting my English. See, I know my English is trash, but who you fokana me not, okay? See, again, I know I'm not a 90s kids per se, but I feel I'm a Gen Z who would like to be heard because my childhood was very different to the Gen Z kids that I hear now. Also, please wait till the end of the video to see some Platinum Diamond World Asia Conqueror mind-blasting childhood pictures of me. So, with a lot of that blabbering, let's just get started. So, first up, I'm gonna obviously talk about the junk we ate in our childhood. So, there were a lot of things, right? But I will talk about the things that I ate as a child so that let me know if you all did the same. Firstly, I need to talk about those Pepsi sticks, okay? They would come in different sizes. The long one, the small one. This is sounding wrong, but you know what I mean. They start from 2 rupees to 5 rupees and 10 rupees. Like, if you could afford the 10 rupees Pepsi, you were Dhirubhai Ambani. The same ones our mom told us that was made up of gutter ka pani, also known as Gotracha Udok in my language. I think that was the first official kissing practice everybody got as a child. I mean, just think about the number of times you would eat that after school with your gang, just coming back home like I am trying to enact what we used to do, okay? Then those white color cigarette kind of looking mints. I don't know what is it about them, but when I had them, I felt like a gangster. And no, normal people used to eat it like this, but we, the cool kids, put it between your fingers like it's some real cigarette. Also, I'm not promoting smoking, but that was our drug that time. I would feel like a gaitonde, of course, without cuckoo. I don't know if you had this, but outside our school, there used to be one auntie with all sorts of goomed. That's what my mom used to call it. Goomed means trash. Those 1 rupee tiny balls, they come in the Sprite flavor, the Limca flavor, the Coca-Cola flavor that used to leave color on your tongue. Also the Rasna packet during that time was OP. Like the taste was nothing like that now. Lastly, you know that ice cream guy with his cycle at the box kind of a thing at the back with all those cheap ice creams? Yeah, you know those 2 rupees to 5 rupees ka ice creams, which again our mom used to say it's made up of gutter ka pani, gotrache udok. Relationships. Woohoo! This was like real trust, especially to communicate with the crush or your love interest for that matter. You know the hurdles that you had to go through just to get a number of somebody, that too a landline number. You know, a lot of my guy friends back then used to do this. Whenever they used to call the girl they liked, and the parents would pick it up and they would suddenly go like, "Hello auntie, how are you? No, project tell mashi teko phone dita auntie." Priya, meri girlfriend scam. Holding hands was like a big thing. It was like y'all had a baby together. Going outside your crush's tuition class just to exchange glances, loitering around their house just so that you can just see them for once. Wait, this is stalking. Yeah, but in a sweet way. Handwritten letters was a thing, okay? You cannot impress a girl with your combia doke handwriting. Sorry, please. Reject. The process of getting 2 people together is called setting. And sometimes when you are not so good looking in school, you become the setting master. To be very honest, I was the Sima Taparia of my class. So much of strategy was put into practice back then just to make a couple function. And now we can't even reply to a text. Now it's different. You just need a KTM or maybe a DSLR to impress a girl. No, I'm just kidding. A rose omelette would do. Now we are going to talk about games. Not the ones we are playing with each other's hearts, not those kind of games. We had this game, it was called Locorio or something like 7 coconut shells were kept. Kottyo mudgo, kottyo, coconut shell mun kona dakoita. Yeah, so kottyo meaning coconut shells, okay, for those who didn't get it. So we had to assemble 7 of the kottyos and then someone had to hit it and then reassemble them. And that was the game. Then there was ice and melt, lock and key, lipon, which is hide and seek. Now that I think of it, crocodile is such a stupid game. First of all, this crocodile is living in some golden river. Have you seen where crocodiles actually live? It's like a shena color kunche baandeshe. I mean to say shen meaning cow dung, which means dark green in color. You know the dark green lakes where crocodiles are, that's what I mean. And then when you want to cross that so-called golden river, you have to ask them which color do you want. And then we say some color and then the crocodile comes to catch us. As a kid, we do not question anything. That's why it's fun. We didn't have phones to play Subway Surfers. For us, our adventure was a tire of our old cycle and stick and just... Fourth thing, technology and internet. To be honest, I got my first phone, I think in 8th standard, and that too, it wasn't a touchscreen phone. The struggles and joy of getting those favorite songs from your friend via Bluetooth was a whole different ball game, my friend. That time SMS packs were a lot prevalent, and I remember going to a shop just to buy that 25 rupees SMS pack, I think with some 250 SMS, I don't remember, I may be wrong. And every time I used to send an SMS, I used to count. Okay, now I have 20 more SMS remaining just to speak to this person. And in that time, if you had a own computer, my god, you were a king. And if you knew how to burn the songs on a CD through that Nero application, you are a legend. Give me a high five because I knew how to do that. High five! Getting the games on the pen drive and then installing them. At that same time, Facebook had just come out and we used to go to this cyber cafe nearby, 20 rupees for half an hour just to check out Facebook. Because see, I had a computer, the big Dobbo, I had it, but it wouldn't just work. Yeah, that was that elite childhood of mine. And if I ever want to give credit to my good moral values that I have, I would give the credit to the Kantiachi Bodi. You don't know the value of that weapon. That shit hurts. If I had to get scared of a snake and a Kantiachi Bodi, I would get scared of the Kantiachi Bodi because I know the snake would only hiss me once, but that Kantiachi Bodi, not happening. Okay, as promised, now some platinum diamond Bodisha Conqueror mind-blasting childhood pictures for you guys. I have my laptop here as usual and the pictures are gonna be here. Enjoy this embarrassante pictures. First up, what is that wing? Secondly, this is officially my entry for the poster of the campaign of Goyant Kursonaka. What was I thinking? कैसो दौड़ मार पा style. I got it, guys. I finally understood why am I single. हाँ इसको दौड़ मात नो इसको दौड़ माले आनी मुझको कौन? Ooh. I thought I was some little Emelina, little Wayne, little rapper. What is this pose? What is life? Why am I even doing this? And the guy beside me is my friend's brother. He's probably traumatized by my pose. You all really thought I became cool now? I was cool back then. Like, it's cool. It's too cool for you guys. I need to change this picture right now. Oh Jesus. But this was my Facebook DP. Really, it was my Facebook DP. And it's a tokle chekit gaila. Ultra smartness. Princess Emelina wore a necklace on the head and made it a Facebook DP. Wow. The confidence though. Esko unko ba confidence hai tumko aspan. Oscar. Wow. I mean, green top and a white pant. What a nice parrot dressing sense. But that seductive smile though. Woo! Okay. I have the best one saved for the last. First question to me. Is that a heart or is that a duck? I don't do hearts like this or like this. No. This is how I do hearts. And I think this is me in mainland China for the first time. I saw the mirror and I was so fascinated. What can I do there? make a heart. Don't forget to look at the hairstyle. It's like a flat puff. That time it was trending. I don't know who sare banda oil pant I think I. But that had to do. And that is all I had for you guys today. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit the like button. Share this video with all the friends that you think might be from the 90s or the little start of the Gen Z, you know, like me. Comment down below and let me know your favorite childhood memory or something that my video reminded you of. And if you watch my videos and haven't subscribed to my channel yet, quit playing games with my heart and please subscribe. Until then, Mog and peace. See you next Sunday. Bye.